Long ago, in a kingdom where rivers sang and mountains touched the sky, there lived a weaver named Amani. She was not rich, nor was she famous, but her cloth was said to hold the colors of dreams, reds that burned like sunsets, blues deeper than the ocean, and golds that shimmered like laughter. Every morning before the first rooster crowed, Amani would walk to the river with a small basket, picking leaves, roots, and petals. She ground them with stones and whispered prayers into her dyes. Villagers often asked, "Why do you work so hard for just cloth?" But Amani would smile and say, "It's not just cloth. It's a story." One year, news spread across the kingdom. The king's daughter was to wed, and the finest weaver would be chosen to create her wedding cloth. The reward: gold, land, and a place among the royal artisans. Weavers from all corners brought the brightest fabrics. Some used rare imported dyes, others stitched in tiny pearls and golden threads. Amani, however, stayed in her little hut, working quietly by candlelight, dipping her cloth into humble dyes made from river herbs and wildflowers. The night before the contest, a neighbor visited her. "Why waste your time, Amani?" he said, laughing. "How can your simple cloth compete with silk and jewels?" Amani simply smiled, her hands weaving without pause. Let the cloth speak. The next morning, the palace courtyard was a garden of colors. Judges marveled at the luxury of the silks and the sparkle of embedded gems. But when Amani's cloth was unfurled, the entire courtyard fell silent. It was unlike anything anyone had ever seen. The cloth shifted colors with the light. At one angle, it shone with the blush of dawn. At another, it deepened into the violet of evening. Tiny patterns of rivers, mountains, and dancing figures seemed to come alive in the weave. The king's daughter touched the fabric and tears welled in her eyes. "It feels," she said softly, "like home." When the king asked Amani how she made such a masterpiece, she bowed low and answered, "While others chased riches, I wove with patience, with the colors of our land, and the stories of our people. I didn't weave for a prize. I wove for the heart." Answer: Amani was not only chosen as the royal weaver, she was given the title keeper of memories, for she had captured the soul of the kingdom in her simple thread and cloth. From that day, travelers came from distant lands not just to see the king, but to visit the quiet weaver who spun dreams into fabric.